Oh, yes. I'm back again with another bang. I'm back again with another crazy story. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm going to call white as white. I'm going to call black as black. I'm going to call green as green. I'm going to call pink as pink. I'm going to call diamond as diamond. I'm going to call gold as gold. Right now in this video, you saw the video title. How do you know? How do you identify that this one is a Mozambican, a person from the country of Mozambique, from the nation of Mozambique? How do you know? How do you identify? How do you categorize? How do you brand somebody as coming from Mozambique? How do you label somebody as coming from Mozambique? Right. I got 2 points from my experiences in South Africa. 2 points, and I'm talking from personal experience from South Africa, what I saw in South Africa, what I observed, what I learned, what I discovered when I was in South Africa, when I used to meet these people, Mozambicans in South Africa. Wherever I went to, wherever I traveled to, all the cities, all the towns of South Africa, I would meet these Mozambican people from Mozambique. Right. Just a background, a small background. Mozambicans are people from the country called Mozambique in Southern Africa. Right. So they're called citizens or nationals of Mozambique. Mozambique is a neighbor of South Africa, is a neighbor of Zimbabwe in Southern Africa. So these people are called Mozambicans from this country, Republic of Mozambique. Point number one, how do you know? How do you categorize? How do you brand somebody as a Mozambican? How do you label someone as a Mozambican? These people, when I was in South Africa, their number one job that they were doing in South Africa was to be street vendors or street workers. Street vendors, street workers. They were selling goods, selling products, selling items, moving around in my town where I was staying, where I was living. And when I traveled to another town, I would see them again. So their main job, number one job, was to sell goods, was to sell items, maybe phone chargers, phone cables, uh, all these items, you name them. So they would move around a shopping center, move around a town, move around a city, and they're busy selling. They put their things in a card box or in a box, or they're selling and they're holding their things in their hands around a town, around a city, and they're selling and they're shouting at the top of their voices. And people told me, these people are from Mozambique. Or I used to ask other people, South Africans, even Zimbabweans, who are these kind of people that I always see every day and they're selling? And I would hear that, they're Mozambicans. So I heard that it's not only in South Africa, but even in other countries where they go to, where they travel to. This is what they do. This thing of being a street vendor, a street worker, always selling items, selling goods, selling things. So that's how you can know that this one, I think, is a Mozambican. When you see people selling, walking in the streets, shouting at the top of their voices, marketing, and they're shouting, advertising their things, and they're shouting, you can have a clue, an idea that this one, I think, is from Mozambique. This because this is what they do. I was in South Africa, and this is what they were doing in my town, in my city, even in other cities or towns. The same people, this is what they were doing. Street vendors, street workers selling, shouting at the top of their voices as they market, as they advertise their goods, advertise their products, advertise their items, and they're selling. They put their things in a box, or they put it maybe even in a plastic bag, or they put it in their hands for everyone to see, moving around a town, moving around a city, and they're shouting, marketing, advertising. Some even have like bells. They ring a bell for people to see them, for people to notice them. So you can have an idea, you can have a clue, a random tip that I think this one are people from Mozambique. This one is a Mozambican based on this thing that they do to be a street vendor, street worker. Point number two, right? When they speak to you, their English is not good. Their English language, their spoken English is not good. It's not fine. It's not correct. They speak broken English when they speak to you. I saw them. A lot of them in my town, in my city, when I was in South Africa. When I was talking to them, how are you? What are you doing? Okay, how much? When they reply to me, when they answer me back, their English was not good. Their English was not fine. Their English was not correct. Their English was not proper. I'm like, what? What is this? So this is how you can know that this one, this man, this woman, this boy, this girl, I think he or she is from Mozambique. Their English is not good, is not fine. And I'll tell the reason why it's like that. If you study about Mozambique, if you research about Mozambique, a small percentage of them, I think maybe around 5 or 7 or 9% of the whole population, they know English or they understand English. The rest of the population, they don't know English. They don't understand English. So this is the reason why Mozambicans, they fail to speak good English, or they are not good in speaking good English. They are not so blessed to speak good English. Back in their country, only 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 or 9% of the whole population only speak good English. So you can tell from that the rest of the population, they're not so good in English. So that's how you can know that I think this one is from Mozambique. This person is from Mozambique. When they talk to you, when you see that the English is not good, the English is not proper, the English is not fine, you can have an idea that this person I think is from Mozambique, because the whole country, if you study, they're not good in English. So that's how you can know. That's how you can identify that this person is coming from Mozambique, because of the English. They speak broken English, right? Point number 3, how you can know that this one is coming from Mozambique. Look at the skin color, look at the skin complexion. If you study on Google about the Mozambicans as a country, as people, uh, it's rare to find light people in that country. It's rare to find people who are fair in complexion, people who are clear in complexion. So that's how you can know that this person is coming from Mozambique. They're not light in complexion, they're not fair in complexion. So the skin color can tell you this one, I think, is from Mozambique, or he or she is a Mozambican. The skin texture, skin tone, skin color, skin complexion can give you a random tip, a random clue that this one is coming from Mozambique. So I was in that country and I would see these people, I would meet these people, and I'm like, what? What's happening here? So their main job is to sell in the streets. Street vendors, street workers, they are selling, they're marketing, they're advertising, and they're shouting at the top of their voices. Which is point number 1, to know, to identify, to categorize that this one, I think he's from Mozambique or she is from Mozambique. Point number 2, uh, when they talk to you, when they speak to you, whatever, maybe it's how are you, good morning, good afternoon, everything that you can talk, use the English. When they reply you, when they answer you, their English is not good. Their English is not proper. Their English is not fine. So that's how you can know that this one, I think, is from Mozambique. And I gave a reason why it's like that. Mozambique is a country. English is one of the small languages there. Only 5 to 6 or 7 or 8 or 9% of the whole population speak English in Mozambique. You understand what I'm saying? So they struggle to speak English. They struggle to communicate, to talk in English. And even in South Africa, my friends, the one I was talking to, their English was not good, was not fine, was not proper. Then the last point, number 3, skin tone, skin complexion, skin texture can tell you that this one, I think, is from Mozambique. Like I said, they're not light, they're not fair in complexion. Like South Africans, they are not. So the skin tone, complexion, color can give you a hint, can give you a random tip that this one, I think they're from Mozambique. So this is how you can know, how you can identify, how you can categorize. This is how you can label or brand somebody that he or she maybe is a Mozambican, from the country of Mozambique, from the nation of Mozambique, Republic of Mozambique. I'm done talking. See you in the next video. Peace out. Sharp.